So the Bleacher Report ranks the top 10 offseason dominoes to fall. 1 is Aaron Rodgers, that getting settled. 2, Deshaun Watson. 7, extensions for the quarterback class of 2018. That would be Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. What do you think about that? Do you think any of those or all of those or none of those get signed before the season starts?
Yeah, it's interesting because there's so much discussion about it, and I'm not sure it matters for the 2021 season if any of the guys sign. I still think they're all going to have good years, and their 3 teams are going to be AFC championship contenders. But it's interesting. We all want to talk about it, and it's quarterbacks, and it's important, and they're all going to get a bunch of money, and it affects each team's salary cap. And I think all 3 are going to get signed before the season. Now, I don't know if I'd put that percentage at 75 or 80, but I would put it above 50 that all 3 of them get signed, and I would almost guarantee that at least one gets signed, whether that's Lamar or Josh Allen first, or that Baker gets his taken care of first. I don't know, but it just feels like once the team knows that they have the quarterback, and I know Baltimore feels it does, I know Buffalo feels it does, and I know Cleveland feels it does, then it just makes sense to get the guy locked up long term.
Yeah, the price of quarterbacks is only going up in the NFL. It is not going down. So invest in those quarterbacks. All right, so 8 on that list, defensive overhaul in Cleveland. And this one's going to be really interesting to watch how quickly that comes together out in Berea.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, it's it draws all the headlines, and it's so obvious to say, well, week 1 is at Kansas City. And it's Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. It's probably unfair to expect the Browns defense to be at full strength. They're clicking on all cylinders week 1. So if they don't play great against, the best offense in the league, I don't think anybody should panic. I think it might take a little bit of time for chemistry and cohesion to be found. But I don't think it'll take, all season. I think by week 6, week 7, everything should be running smoothly and operating smoothly. And I do think having a guy like John Johnson III in the back end really helps. And a linebacker like Anthony Walker Jr. in the middle will kind of get everyone on the same page on the field and ease some of those rough spots. But it's going to be interesting to see how fast everybody comes together, because we all know that the starters aren't going to play a bunch in the preseason. So, week 1 at Kansas City will be the first time they play 65 snaps together. And I think it's just fair and realistic to expect some growing pains.
Yeah, I would agree. The thing that I really want to see is how they game plan, because I think the defense could change drastically week to week just because they have so many moving parts that are versatile and good football players. And I think they're going to be able to change some things up.
Yeah, I agree completely. And whether it's playing 6 defensive backs, whether 1 week it's playing, 3 linebackers a lot, because we talked about nickel and dime package. Well, that takes linebackers off the field. But if you play a team like Baltimore that runs it a lot, maybe Taki and Anthony Walker Jr. and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, maybe those 3 guys are on the field a ton. Or you sub in Jacob Phillips in one of those spots. How they do the rotation up front with the ends and the tackles. I think you're right. I think each week we're going to see different packages on defense as well as offense. I just think there's so much depth on both sides of the ball that I don't know if we're going to be able to say from week to week, yeah, these are going to be your 11 guys that play the most on either side of the ball. I think that could change on a weekly basis.